Hello and welcome, Campbell here from Autodidactic Channel. Hope you're all having a fantabulous day. And of course, as always, autodidactic means to be self-educated. And in the strange times that we live in, we definitely need to be self-educated. We need to get our own facts, do our own research, and come to our own conclusions. Because if we don't, the only choice that we have is to believe what other people tell us. You know, those people on the TV, the idiot box, and the people in mind control, or is it called government? Those people. And today I thought we would have a look at a huge geoglyph, which is in South Australia, in the middle of the desert. And it's called Marree Man, and it has quite an interesting story. So let's jump into it. All right, so Marree Man, and a big thank you to Reese who pointed this out to me. So how you going, Reese? Thank you. How's your bus, by the way? You have to let me know how your coast is going. Okay, so the Marree Man. The Marree Man, or Stuart's Giant. We're in Wikipedia here. Stuart's Giant, it's a modern geoglyph created in 1998. And it appears to depict an Indigenous Australian man hunting with a boomerang or a stick. Now, I'm pretty sure that's a stick, not a boomerang. But anyway, it lies on a plateau at Finnis Spring, 60 kilometres west of the township of Marree, which is why it's called the Marree Man, in central South Australia. So you can see this is a picture, a sketch of the Marree Man, the outline of it. And this is a statue. It's called the Artemission of Zeus in bronze. And people are saying that this, the stance of Marree Man is very similar to this. So we can see he's here, he's got his arm out. Looks like he may have been holding something. Not sure. And then we have, the Marree Man here. So this is probably a better picture. You can see the same kind of stance, but this one he's got his arm folded and he's got a stick here. So they're not exactly the same. They're both showing the world what they're made of though. So I don't know. I mean, the stance I think is similar, but the arms are completely different really. This one's folded in, but anyway, people say that it's very similar to this bronze statue of Zeus. So the Marree Man is a geoglyph, and it depicts a man holding either a woomera, which is a throwing stick, or a boomerang, and that's clearly a woomera. So it says, by December 1998, it had been noted that the outline matched in reverse that of the Artemission Zeus bronze raised from the bottom of the Adriatic Sea in 1928. So there you go. They found that on the bottom of the ocean or the sea. And I've got a few images, but what I want to get down to is the history, and not much on the history, I've got to tell you. What we get here is the creation of Marree Man occurred between the 27th of May and the 12th of June in 1998. By comparing images collected on those dates from NASA's Landsat 5 satellite. The desert area where Marree Man was found goes from undisturbed to complete figure. And here we have some pictures. So they're saying the reason they know it was built at that date is because here we have a NASA satellite image. And here it shows no Marree Man, and here it shows a definite Marree Man. So the thing is, they don't know who built this. So if we come down here, etched into the dry sand of Australia's barren outback is the world's largest geoglyph, known as the Marree Man, an enormous figure of an Aboriginal man hunting birds or wallabies. They don't know that. There's no birds or wallabies in that picture. Anyway, with a throwing stick. Oh, so now it's a throwing stick. So no, the boomerang's gone, which I do agree with. Unlike the anthropomorphic geoglyphs found around the world, which were constructed by ancient civilizations, the Marree Man was carved into the landscape only 22 years ago, or so they say. But basically, it says it lies on a plateau approximately 60 kilometres from Marree, Trevor White, a charter pilot, was flying between the townships of Marree and Cooperpedy June 26, 1998, when he spotted the immense figure in the landscape below. And that's basically the first time it was seen. And the figure is 4.2 kilometers or 2 miles tall and about 20 kilometers wide at its widest part. So there you go. I mean, this is it. It was put down there and basically no one saw it being made. No one stood up and said they made it. No one has been seen making it. It just appeared apparently and was seen one day. So the question is, was it always there? Was it just not seen? Because, I mean, you know, photos from NASA, I guess, you know, who knows? You know, they're talking about satellites. Who knows? I mean, my question, if that's from a satellite, is how come when I go onto Google Earth, I can hardly see anything out in these places and they get good satellite photos? But basically, it's really, here it is again, just on a remote thing, and it just says, you know, local pub owner Phil Turner bought the Marree Hotel 7 years ago. Oh, party on the strength of the Marree man. He got carried away like everyone else with the myth, the mystery and the intrigue. The fact they couldn't find the people who did it, he says. The Marree man was such an attraction. Scientific flights were helping business and it was part of our decision to buy the pub. So this guy's bought a pub based on the Marree man. And as he says, right here, they could not find the people who did it. So this is the thing. So let's go have a look at the Marree man, shall we? And here we are on the Earths of Googles. And this is, of course, Australia. And if we click where I do have it down here, Marree man. Oh, there it is there. So as you can see, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of the desert. Look at this landscape. I mean, that is just complete desert. I mean, I don't know what's happened out here. It's been completely decimated. And just out here, and this is what I'm talking about. Look at these pictures that we get from Google. And look at this, right? Okay. Can you see the Marree man? So this thing could have been here forever. I mean, you know, thousands of years, because there it is down there. Marree man. But as you can see, he's not, you know, it doesn't really stick out. You know, you've got to sort of get down. As you can see, it's made by lots of lines. It is quite huge. As you can see, just across the body there, we've got 471 meters, and from his head to his toe, yeah, 2.6 kilometers. So this thing's pretty big. When we come down here, I mean, like I said, you know, the detail's not huge. You can definitely see the ear, and you know, you can definitely see he's there. Here's his hand with the fingers. The outlines are in multiple lines, which are interesting. But each of these lines, if you get down here, they are, what have we got? 2 meters. So that each of these holes is about 2 meters wide, and together they make up an edge that's about 30 meters. So it's a 2 meter wide, you know, ditch. So even though it looks like it's been scraped, these are quite wide holes. You know, these are wider than a truck or a car. So how did they make them, and why did they make them so wide if this was suddenly put up in 1998? Because the thing is, where are the roads coming in? I mean, what are they saying, that people made these by hand? Because clearly that's, to do this, you need, you know, big equipment. I mean, they're saying it was built, what, in a month, I think. They said it was built in 1998, 27th of May to the 12th of June. So that, I mean, that's 15 days. 15 days, guys, to build this. And again, there's no roads coming in. And I mean, can you imagine getting heavy machinery out there? Adelaide is down here. Yeah, down here. You know, Victoria, and that means there's really nothing out here. Alice Springs, kind of in the middle here, out where Callum is. but literally there's nothing here. So how do they get all the heavy machinery out to make this outline? And that's without talking about how did they plan it. You know, you would have needed, you know, lasers, geo location, all this kind of stuff to get this to look like a person and get it so symmetrical. So what do you think? Marree man, marry me man, with his woomera just in the middle of nowhere, just appeared in 15 days, and they don't know who built it, but it was definitely built in 1998 because they have a satellite photo, and that tells us everything. So I'm just going to have a look and see if I can find this Marree place. Here's an airport. Okay, so we have airports out here. Now this is, we did look at that. Look at the scrape marks there. Kind of looks a bit similar, doesn't it? This is the airport. So this is what we're talking. I mean, this is what we call airports in outback Australia. It's literally a shed and a bit of flat, you know, basically a road. You can just land your planes and stuff there. Look, another thing you'll find in Central Australia in the desert is just dried up riverbeds everywhere. And look at this. How man-made does that look? And look what's coming off the edge of it here. I mean, something has smashed this place. Because, I mean, all these rivers are dry. But look, this looks like an old ocean, or sea, should I say. And, you know, with all this water coming off it. But now it's just desert, being completely destroyed. Here we have a town called Coward Springs. And again, this is what I'm saying with Google. You can't really see a lot. Oh my gosh, there's nothing at Coward Springs. Everyone got scared and ran away. But this is, you know, this is Central Australia. And again, look at all this water. Look at all this runoff, and it goes down into rivers. It's just everywhere, but they're all dry. They've all been evaporated, I guess. Okay, so this is Marree. And I just want to show you this because this is our town. Again, you know, thanks Google, it takes ages. Okay, we can see a bit. So this is it. This is a tiny little town. I'm not sure, might be mining out there or something. Again, rivers on either side, dry. Well, what's this? I mean, I don't know. It could be holding tanks or something. But it's just, you know, this is the thing that we see, you know, all these shapes in the ground, right? I even got these squares, but then we have all these, look at these diagonals coming off it. Who did these? Look at this. What's this? You can see the square around it. And you see this stuff everywhere. I mean, I don't know what that is. Something weird. But yeah, this is the thing. That looks like it's probably their racetrack, the local racetrack. They've got something to do. But yeah, the middle of Australia, there's nothing but destruction. Again, another big river. Look at it. All the way through the desert. And just dry. Look at it. It's huge. And then, I don't even know what this is. It's just... look at that circle. I'll just see if I can get... That looks interesting. Can you see this sort of got the wall on the inside? Looks like a circle there. Outer walls, I mean, who knows? It just looks like it's been completely destroyed. But anyway, I am wandering through the desert. So, yeah, Marree man, what do you think? Down there, just discovered. Like I said, he doesn't stick out too much. And, of course, he's in the middle of nowhere. So if you're flying a plane out here, you know, to fly, you know, directly over it to see it, you know, there could have been planes everywhere and just never flown over it. I mean, there's a lot of space out here in Australia. But there he is. So what do you think? Leave me a comment. Do you think that he was man-made by people who never came out and told everyone they made it, didn't want to be known, somehow got all their machinery in there and out again with no roads, did it in 15 days? Or do you think maybe it was there a bit longer and they just discovered it one day and went, oh, that's not supposed to be there. Quick, let's release a NASA photo. So there you go, guys. A petroglyph in Australia, the largest in the world, Marree man. So I hope you enjoyed that one. Thanks for spending some time with me, and stay awesome because you are, and I'll talk to you all on the next upload. Bye for now.